Hey, good evening. It's Legends and Lore time. What's up, Josh? One guy I can always count on to be here. Thank you for showing up. Uh, this show has, it started off as you know, me wanting to talk about the things I love, like cryptids and, uh, ghosts and, curses and zombies and, uh, serial killers and shit. But it's kind of morphing. It's kind of morphing, and I'm really enjoying uh, this live format. Ronnie, my darling, how you doing? Randy, uh, you know the live the live format. I just enjoy more. I enjoy interacting with y'all, in that aspect. And I also like the fact that we kind of jump around on topics. You know, I think if we have it as a one set topic, eh, I don't know. I like it when we jump around and we can talk about other things. Let me know what you guys think, because quite honestly, I just want to be here and have fun with y'all. I want to talk about some creepy stuff and some good stuff that we can think of, and but the general idea is to have fun, isn't it? But what's everybody up to tonight? I am just chilling. Uh, yes, I am a sexy bastard. Um, yeah, in a weird dimension, maybe. Uh, Making beard products. Yeah, and let me tell you, Ronnie, you're making killer beard products. I told Sean today that Twisted Pumpkin is probably the best pumpkin scent that I've ever tried. No joke. Uh, Absolutely fantastic. Randy R is relaxing on the couch. Hey, man, you know what? It's Friday. That's the place to be. um, you know, I don't know. And Ronnie, you should love it because it's fantastic. Um, I don't know how long this episode's going to be, strictly because I am physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted. I have been dealing with a sick senior dog, and it's taken a lot out of me. Um, he's 17 years old. He's a Dotson mix, and he is absolutely uh, my best friend in the world. Been with me forever, and just trying to get him right. Chilling with the dog, hanging out with y'all. That's the way it should be. Ronnie, thank you. He's been diagnosed. He's got diabetes and liver disease, and we just found out that he's got pancreatitis. Uh, it's been rough, but we have him on medicines now. We have him on insulin, and we have him on some liver meds, and hopefully we'll get him squared away to where he's a little bit back to normal. Um, like I said, he's 17 years old, so he's lived a long life. We've tried to give him the best life we could, and I think we've done all right with him. Yeah, Josh, it is rough. I would rather me be sick than my dog. you know. Um, just the way it is. Uh, they are definitely family, our animals. You know, I've got 2 dogs and 2 cats, and they're all family. But uh, let me ask y'all something. I was talking with Sean Madigan earlier today, and I want to know, what are some of y'all's favorite horror movies that are based on true events, based on a true story? Because, you know, we're in October, man. We've hit the spooky season. Uh, you know, fall is my favorite weather time of year, where it's nice and crisp. And then, you know, I don't know anybody that doesn't love Halloween. So, what are your favorite horror movies based on true events? Andy Barrett, my man, what's going on? Now, for me, I have a couple. Um, you know, and there's a couple of movies that are based on true stories that, but they interweave. Like, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on the story of Ed Gein, which Ed Gein, Netflix just came out with uh, their monster series, Ed Gein, today. I watched the first episode and it's absolutely killer. But like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's based on a true story. Um, you know, that type of thing is what I'm talking about. And like there there's been a couple of bad ones. You know, if y'all have ever seen a movie called Haunting in Connecticut, that was based on a true story, and that movie was absolute trash. Just saying. So, uh, let me know what some of y'all's favorites are. Also, if any of you have uh, any type of paranormal or spooky stories you want to tell, feel free. This is an open forum tonight. No holds barred. It's October Madness, and you do whatever you want. Talk about whatever we want, and no limits. You know, I really, uh, I really want to say that, uh, you know, I have been looking forward to fall since the beginning of summer. Here in Georgia, it's ungodly hot and humid, and we're just now uh, getting into some weather in the mornings that I can deal with. Like this morning over here, it was 57 degrees. I'll take it. Marcus Maury, my man, my brother from another mother. Uh, let's see. Marcus, I'll ask you too, since you just came in. Uh, if you got any horror movies that you like, are your favorites that are based on true events. I'm lucky I can't I can't even wear my flannels for quite some time. Yeah, well, I got my bearded scallywags hoodie on tonight, but I was wearing a flannel early this morning. Uh, you know, I just love this season, and all the creep that goes along with it. Now, I'll tell you, I saw this interesting story on the news. I think it was yesterday or the day before, uh, where this woman who had disappeared in like 1967. Uh, Nobody knew. She just went out for a walk one day and never came back. Her family didn't know whatever happened to her or anything. And turns out they found her corpse in the woods, sitting up next to a tree, and her old, just torn up, weathered backpack that she had with her. And she was just sitting with her legs crossed and her hands on her lap. And her corpse was almost perfectly preserved. How crazy is that? Uh, Now, this was in, oh, where was it? I want to say it was out west, somewhere in Arizona. So I mean, I get the dry climate might have preserved her corpse or whatever, but I find stuff like that interesting as hell. Marcus loves haunting horror movies. Yes. I can't think of many horror movies based on true stories off the top of my head. Well, let's put it to you this way. Like, I mentioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre based on Ed Gein. So is Psycho. The movie Psycho was based on Ed Gein as well. Um, Haunting in Connecticut, that was based on true events. Amityville Horror, uh, you know, uh, there are many. The Conjuring series, based on the works of Ed and Lorraine Warren, which I love the Conjuring series. Some are better than the others, but I do love those. Yeah, I think that's partially what happened. I think the dry climate might have mummified her a little bit. Um, but the way she was sitting, just leaned up against a tree, it was almost like she sat down, got lost or something, sat down and waited to die, and just her corpse was just perfectly preserved. And I find that interesting as hell. Mr. Madigan, what's going on?
Going on, bud? I'm trying to collect myself and look for lights here. and look for lights. I was trying to do this outside because I don't feel like being inside, but I guess I gotta go inside.
Yeah, you know what, Andy? Sean would be the one to ask about that. He says some of the he says it says online that Nightmare on Elm Street was
Yeah,
based on true events.
I was just gonna
And
talk. Absolutely, because I heard you talking. One, Haunting in Connecticut was a great movie. Stop with that shit.
hate that movie. Hate that movie.
but yeah, actually, Freddy Krueger was dreamed up by a bunch of articles in the '70s that Wes Craven read about. Was it the Hmong village? Anyway, it was Southeast East Asian refugees that were really, I mean, had gone through torture and just, I mean, horrific war crime, like all kinds of things, and none of them could sleep, and they started dying mysteriously from mysterious ways from medical events that they could not explain in their sleep. And Wes Craven read that, and that's how he created Freddy Krueger, who Fred Krueger was the name of one of his schoolyard bullies that bullied him when he was a child.
There
so
you go.
he the killer on that. So that's how Fred Krueger. Poltergeist was based off true events. Even though it's a fictional movie, it was based off the Herman House in Long Island in the 1950s that was being terrorized by spirits and things like that.
Nice.
Lots, um, and some of them, they're loosely based, like the Ed Gein ones, like they take little pieces and make it part of it. But I believe there was some. I know Texas Chainsaw was based on Ed Gein, but I believe there was some sort of other weird family crimes down in Texas. I'm not 100% that was happening that they based part of it off of as well. But here's the question of the hour. Let's see who knows this. Let's see who knows horror, man. who did the narration of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And let's see who knows that. Anybody know who did the narration of Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
And what did he get paid?
Sounds weird. Does it sound better now?
You sound fine over here.
Okay. It's probably my breathing because my fat ass has been running all over the place. I'm just getting home because I went to get that.
Real quick, Marcus just said Exorcist, and yes, Exorcist is based on loosely based on the story of a girl named Annalise who was supposedly possessed. And if you haven't checked out the story of this girl, look up Annalise. I don't remember her last name, but if you type in Annalise, it'll pop up. Absolutely some of the creepiest shit you will ever see and hear, because there's actual recordings of her and her demon voice.
Yeah, it's some wild stuff. And Marcus guessed it. Marcus, I think you seen my video on this, didn't you, man? No, I'm just playing. But yes, John Larroquette was the narrator for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and was actually paid with a bag of weed. You know what I mean? Because him and the director at that point, you know, they had this thing going. They wanted him to do it. And I'm setting my car alarm off. Hold on a second. Pocket. Man, I'm a mess. I'm a damn mess tonight.
Debbie, good to see you. Welcome. Our token demented chick.
Token, yeah, demented Debbie. There we go.
Little Debbie.
Yeah, we need to get you on this side of the thing over here.
Right.
Should have took my spot because I'm a damn mess. Well, who else we got in there? Josh. What's going on, bud? Ronnie's in the house.
Yep.
I know. I'm jealous, God, too, man. My package didn't come today. I thought one of them was Flaming Beard, but it's a package from Nathan, which was awesome. That jersey maybe, and then the Aunt Ox Demented One shirt.
Nice. Which I still need to get that, but
Monday I'll get those Flaming Beards, man, because now you got me all hyped up for Highway Heroes, man.
Dude, I'm wearing it right now, and I'll tell you what, it's right up your alley.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I just read it, and I'm like, yeah, I have to have this.
And I don't know how she did it, but the diesel in the profile, it's so smooth, and it worked.
Nice. So what else we got going on here? So Ed Gein, you and Debbie started watching it today. I was running at work. I couldn't start watching it yet. Can't wait for that. I'm a little ticked off. I'm going to go on a little rant here. So Good Boy went from an independent film release to just sporadic theaters to a full-blown theatrical release, and my theater ain't carrying it. I'm like, I looked at it. My theater ain't carrying it, so I can't, like, I gotta go drive somewhere to go, like, see Good Boy, because I was there tomorrow night.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why it won't carry it. The nearest theater that carries it is 40 minutes away. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Well, I'll tell you, I found one theater near me that's carrying Good Boy, and I really want to see that movie. But you know, I think I'm going to have to wait until it comes to streaming. But that's an absolute interesting take on a ghost story.
Oh yeah, through the dog's eyes and everything. That's pretty wild. And then they got, you know, and it's his real dog in his real house, which makes it pretty cool in and of itself. You know what I mean? Yeah. If anybody didn't see it, that was like the cutest movie premiere ever with Indy running around there.
Marcus said another good movie is Boogeyman from 2023. That freaked me out a little bit, making me watch my closets.
Wow.
I never saw Boogeyman.
No, I haven't seen that either, actually.
You know, people would be surprised at how many horror movies I have not seen. Um, somebody mentioned the Babadook the other day, and I'm like,
Yeah, it sucked.
well, I mean, I had only heard about it maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah, I made it through about 20 minutes of it. To me, I mean, everybody's different. Go see it. Don't take my word for it, but I made it through about
Right.
20.
Well, another one that I've never seen that my wife watched it. It was one called Talk to Me.
Sounds familiar.
It had I think it had to do with some weird hand that people grabbed, and like if you held it for too long, some weird shit. I'm like,
I think I know what you're talking. I do. I actually think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I hear stuff like that, and I think, whatever happened to Amityville Horror? Let's bring that type of shit back.
Well, I like that some movies are being a little different and creative. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's.
Andy just said he saw it and he said it was okay, but
Debbie said The
I'm,
Strange. Yeah, The Strangers 2, I think, just came out this week. I think it just came out today.
I
Or
never saw The Strangers.
it's not bad. It's got Liv Tyler in it. It's weird. It's a weird movie, but like it was pretty cool. I liked it. It came out a while ago though. This is like a pretty long time for like part 2 to come out.
Right.
So I don't know if she's in it or who's in it, but I forgot they were making it. But that was based on true events too.
Well, I'll tell you, another thing that's kind of cool is Trick or Treat is being re-released into theaters for 2 nights.
Yeah. I tell you what, that's happening with a lot of movies. Like my movie theater ain't playing Good Boy, but it's playing Nightmare on Elm Street. It's playing like several different movies. It's on Netflix. You have to check that out.
Now, I'll tell you, it didn't get enough play for me, man. I thought it was a great movie. Was The Others
Uh,
with Nicole Kidman?
yeah, I thought it was all right. Yeah, it wasn't one of my favorites, but I thought it was a good movie
Well, it
though.
wasn't one of my favorites, but it, it should have gotten a little more play than that.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of movies that get a lot of play. Sometimes I'm just not into, man, and then other ones are, I think are great, don't last. Even like that with TV shows, like they redid V. I thought it was awesome. They redid Knight Rider. Thought it was awesome. Both of them last a season. You know, They did a show called Point Pleasant, which was about to be which was supposed to be Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And that show I actually dug, but the only thing that annoyed me from somebody who grew up around Point Pleasant, New Jersey, was they actually filmed it in San Diego. So the one audience they could have like pulled together, like all of Jersey would have been like supporting. It looked nothing like Point Pleasant or the Jersey Shore. It was done in San Diego. Where's the boardwalk? Where's the roller coasters? But it was a cool premise. It was the half child of Lucifer lived in New Jersey, and he was powerful, and basically came back to like bring her dad's reign on, and Point Pleasant, Jersey was like the hellmouth or whatever you want to call it.
Well, of course, the half child of the devil is going to be from Jersey. Come on.
Yeah.
Um,
Like the toxic event.
I can't remember the name of the film. I'm trying to. I think it was Dead Falls or something. The one about the Tooth Fairy.
Well, the only one I remember that was just called the Tooth Fairy.
Well, there was one called Dead Falls, I think it was called, and it was based on an evil tooth fairy type thing. And this guy, he refused to
Shadows Falls.
he refused to sleep, and that movie was freaking fantastic.
Yeah, Mark is saying that's called Shadows Fall.
Shadows Fall, that might have been it.
Darkness Falls. All right, which one is it, guys?
Either one, it was something Falls.
Okay. Mark. All right, it's Darkness Falls. All of them are in agreement. I love weird turning them into weird characters. So fair enough.
Douchebag. Let's see.
So Debbie said she needs to watch that once they come back on. Oh man.
Now I got through one episode of Ed Gein. I know Debbie's gotten through like 6. But just after the first episode, I like it. Like there was the way his brother, they had the brother portrayed dying, and him, that's not exactly how that happened, but close enough for government work.
That's what they Hollywoodize them all, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing with The Conjuring. It didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a ton of that. That was bullcrap.
Yeah, Andy, I think the full season is out. Well, from what I understand, Debbie, one, it happened when they were a lot younger. Like maybe 5 years younger than that. And there was a fire involved, but they had both gone in the woods to do some work for the farm or something. And that's when the brother started telling Ed Gein that he was, wanting to expand and get away from the farm and do other things. And well, yeah. I mean, like I said, it was close enough for government work, but when it comes to movies like that are supposed to be the actual story of the event, I like it when they're as dead on as possible. That's just me.
Yeah, it's just so many of them aren't. I mean, all of the movies. I mean, even Bohemian Rhapsody, great movie, but there was so much made up crap in that as well. Like, you know what I mean?
I think the big thing with Bohemian Rhapsody is they had to stagger the timeline to make it fit, and so it was like some shit that.
But they staggered like what even like they were all praying for him at Live Aid for the AIDS, and he didn't even know that for like 2 years after Live Aid. You know what I mean? It was just weird.
Right.
And it just annoyed me. Still, not to take away from his great movie, but they did this whole thing how everybody was pulling for him for Live Aid, and because he had AIDS, and it was like he didn't know that till like 87, bro. Like what we do, or 88 even. And it amazed me. Because the Queen was involved in the writing of it, like, you know what I mean? So it was like,
right. Well, the funny thing is like in one of the scenes, they show them coming up with the "We Will Rock You,"
right.
thing, and that happened in 1976, not 1980. So it is what it is. Debbie says, "Wow. What's shocking to her is that he got away with it." Absolutely. And part of the reason why he got away with it was because everybody viewed Ed Gein as he was just kind of a weird, timid guy who wouldn't hurt a fly. So when, they're not going to look to him, in his brother's death, because everybody pretty much discounted him as kind of an emotional, physical, mental weakling.
Yeah. Well, and they only have him down for 2 murders. Like, and I'm sure that there was more than that, but there was a lot they didn't catch. I mean, a lot of it came from Grave Robin and all that. But I'm quite certain that he murdered more than 2 people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, like it's with the the things they found in his house, like, lamps and chairs and stuff made of human parts. That was all grave robbed shit. That wasn't like him killing people and then sewing up lampshades.
And there was another movie. Oh man, that was based off a true story. And this one actually freaked me out a little bit, especially having daughters. But oh man, what was this movie called? It wasn't like a blockbuster. I think it might have even been like a for TV movie or something like that. But it had a Dennehy in it, and he was a serial killer, and he kidnapped his daughter's friends, and was just it was a real story because they rescued him 10 years ago or so in
I know
Ohio.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they, he had them there basically raping them, and one gave a baby to a couple, uh, and then they found him because the one day he left and the door was slightly open, and the one girl ran out of the house, but the one
Right.
here I think for like she was trapped in there for like years. You know what I mean? In there, and a house right here with a house right 3 feet next to it in a little sub thing in
Yep.
Ohio, and
Where they
everything
kept her in a cage.
cage and basement and stuff. I think he had like 3 different of his daughter's friends all down
Yep.
there.
Josh says it's always the quiet ones.
Yeah, yeah, usually.
But and this brings this kind of comes around to this topic of serial killers. You know, when you look at the spectrum of serial killers that have been found and either killed or convicted or what fascinates me is that some of these serial killers that didn't kill as much are more infamous than some of the ones that killed hundreds. That's just weird to me. Look at Eileen Warnos, absolute crazy fucking Florida chick. I think she killed like 6 people.
Yeah.
Green River Killer killed over 105. But yet more people know about Eileen Warnos.
I think because of the circumstance, because she was at first just killing guys that were abusive and like trying, you know what I mean? Same thing with Ed Gein. He only killed the 2 people, but it was all the stuff around him, man, with like wearing the people's faces on them. And
well, yeah. I mean, when you got a dead skin mask on your face, you're going to get noticed.
yeah, couch made out of skin and stuff. But yeah,
That brings up one more. Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs was based on Ed Gein.
Yep. Yeah, and there's probably even more than that, man. That was slightly, based off it.
The quiet ones have way too much going through their heads. Yep. And when you look at the spectrum of serial killers, it's funny because most of them are average, everyday people that nobody would ever suspect. But they've obviously got something broken inside their brains. Like John Wayne Gacy. I mean, he was like,
yeah, he was a lunatic.
Yeah, he was a lunatic, but everybody thought he was a great guy and an upstanding citizen, and he was a member of the Rotary Club and the Lions Club, and he did charity events and shit, and did kids parties with Pogo the Clown, and he had what, like 93 bodies under his floorboards.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's how it is, though, man. They say it's like the people you would least expect it, a lot of times,
And that's why they get away with it for so long.
Yeah, the Zodiac Killer. Who's the other one I like?
Bundy?
Not Wild Bundy, yeah, but Richard
Night
Ramirez.
Stalker.
Yeah, he was a nut job. But yeah, he was a wild one. I think they're gonna make a show about him. They need to make one about um crap Denny oh my god, you were just talking about it. The one with the 93 bodies. Who the hell? I can't think of his name now.
Gacy.
Gacy. Yeah, yeah. They need to make one of the documentaries about him.
Well, there's been a couple of Gacy. I think there's been 2 actual Gacy movies, and I've seen one of them, and it was terrible. They need to make a good one.
Brian Dennehy.
Was that Brian Dennehy?
In one of them,
Yeah, that's the one that was good.
Yeah, I seen that
That's
one.
the one that was sort of good. The other one I saw was trash.
Yeah. There is another one that I started watching and didn't like, but the one with Brian Dennehy. Yeah, at least I'm almost positive it's Brian Dennehy. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that one was pretty good. That one was really good.
I trust you. If you say it was Dennehy, it was Dennehy.
What's that?
I said, I trust you. You know more than I do. If you say it was Dennehy, it was him.
I could be wrong. My brain's flushed, but I'm pretty sure it was. But that was a pretty good one. That one was good. I love all the serial killer movies and documentaries, most of them. My ex was in love with Eileen Wuornos. She loved everything. Had all kinds of stuff for Eileen Wuornos. I never really got into Eileen Wuornos. Yeah, no, that should have been my first line. that should have been if I was a smart guy, that would have been my first flag. You know what I mean? yeah.
If you go out on the first date and you say, what are your hobbies? And she says, well, I'm studying Eileen Wuornos and how she killed people. I'm going to the bathroom and not coming back.
Yeah.
Josh says, I believe that all that normalcy is camouflage. Yup.
Yep. Sure is. Then they snap.
Now, let me ask everybody, and this is going to be a weird one. Do you think that serial killers are evil, or do you think that they are, for the most part, mentally insane? Because I think that there have been some insane ones, but I also think there's been some evil ones.
I think they're evil and intelligent. I think they're super intelligent and evil. Just my opinion.
Well, and I agree with that.
I mean, yeah, obviously
for the most part. But like you take somebody like Ed Gein. I don't think he was intelligent at all. And I think that growing up with that overbearing, domineering mother, something snapped inside his head. I don't think he did it to be evil. He did it because it brought him pleasure, which is insane.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we can't blanket them all with one. You know what I mean? There's some that were Looney Tunes and some that were just. Some of them, the way they got away with it so long, are intelligent. You know what I mean? And then they always make
absolutely
one mistake usually. You know. But
Eric Tolberg's here. Eric, welcome.
What's going on, bud? So, but yeah, so I don't know. I gotta get tuned into this Ed game, man. I get to watching that more.
You know, I think some of the ones like Ramirez, who you know almost did ritual sacrifice type killing. I think those types of guys were absolutely evil. Gacy, evil.
Oh yeah.
You know, matter of fact, there was a serial killer that went on the dating game
Right. That
back
was
in 78 or something.
crap. Who was that? That was what you call Eric. Thanks, man. On the
Yeah, he had long hair. And when he won the dating game, the date, he won the date, and he came around and they were supposed to go on a trip to, you know, Bahamas or something. And the woman pulled the producer aside and said, he gives me the creeps. I'm not going on a date with this guy. You know, that shit to me is interesting.
Yeah, that is, man. I forgot who that was.
Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. We like our hats.
That's a real good point, Josh. There might have been, for all we know. I mean, hey, I wouldn't put nothing past it.
For what? Being possessed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely believe people can be possessed. And, out of all the serial killers that are out there and have been out there, I'm sure at least one of them was.
Yeah. Well, it's like one of the Conjurings too. The devil made me do it. The one where he went and killed him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That story is on Netflix. I've seen it. Which story, Debbie? Which one you talk about? We bounced all over there.
She may be talking about Dating Game. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Netflix does have a lot of cool ass documentaries and stuff.
You know who else does is Tubi.
Oh yeah.
Tubi's got a lot of good horror and serial killer shit.
Yeah.
Rodney Alcala, that's right. Rodney Alcala was the Dating Game killer.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Andy, man, I'm sure there has been serial killers in recent years. I mean, there was only was it a couple of years ago where they found those girls up in Long Island on the beach under the marsh. Crap, I forgot what story that was. But that rocked that area. That was like a ritzy area too, and they've
Yep. And they caught the guy.
Yeah, 2 girls that were missing, but I think it led to quite a few other bodies. But that's going back though, so it wasn't really recent. So I think the killings were going back like 10 years or something.
Okay, I gotta say, all right, Eric. He says my wife possesses me every day. If I don't do what she says, I get no pooter. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I mean, yeah, there's the price we got to pay.
Hey, nothing's for free, man. Andy, the FBI actually gives an estimate as to how many active serial killers they think are active at any moment. That is true. That is true.
Yep.
What's up, Delmer?
Oh, yeah. So, hey, that's pretty cool, man.
Anybody got any questions or anything they want to bring up? Now's the time. Like I said, this is just an open forum tonight. I didn't, with all the things going on this week with my dog and everything else, I didn't really feel like putting together anything solid. And I kind of like the free flow aspect anyways. Let's see.
All right, man. Well, guys, I got to get off of here because I have to put away all this crap and everything else, but I wanted to pop in for a few minutes, say what's going on. I hope everybody's crushing it, man.
We appreciate you.
Have an awesome weekend.
You too, brother.
All right, guys. Keep it scout. Be the minute.
Peace. So, guys, what are you guys looking forward to the most for the fall? We're going to end with this. Are you looking forward to, Halloween? Are you looking forward to bonfires, flannels, uh, you know, beard scents, candles. What are you looking forward to this fall season? We just hit October, and, uh, you know, I think, this fall's going to be a good one. Just popped in. Beard profiles, flannels, and cozy weather. Yes. Uh, Marcus, haunted houses, fires, flannels, parties, everything. There you go. Yeah, Delmer, dude, cooler weather. Yes. Um, you know, uh, living in hot regions sucks. Debbie says all that shit. If it would just get cooler down here. Well, uh, you can always move, Deb. There's other areas. Yeah, Debbie, if you're still in the 90s, man, yeah. I mean, we hit 83 the other day, and that was enough for me, man. Eric says Halloween, fall scents, and 2 packs of smokes to go with these great crisp air once the sun goes down. Yes, sir. Low 60s in Seattle. Hey, that you know what? I'll take low 60s. Delmer says I've been West Texas all week and lows were mid 60s. Hey, that's good. That's good. Oh, Halloween falls on a Friday this year? Fuck yes. Let me tell you something, Eric. You moved from Maryland to Alabama, but I'm going to tell you, uh, I grew up in Connecticut. I spent a lot of time going between, Connecticut, Jersey, Maryland, DC. Maryland sucks, anyways. So you got out. Yeah, Marcus, dude. And you know what? We're glad you are on the mend. We are glad that you, are healing up as nice as you can. And you got a lot of people rooting for you and sending good energy. And I'm one of them. Your nephew is going to be Venom this year. Hell yeah. There you go. I don't dress up for Halloween anymore. I'm too old for that shit. I say that, but I don't have any. Marcus, I don't have any. I don't have a real social life outside of uh, my family and a one or two good friends that. But I don't go to parties. I don't. And where I live, this is the funny thing. Where I live, I have lived in the same house for over a decade. I think 12 years. Never have we once had one trick or treater. Yeah, Maryland, 32 years. Jeez, God bless you. Um, but yeah, we've never had one kid come to our door asking for candy. So I don't expect that to change anytime soon. So there's no reason for me to dress up. Back when there was a lot of foot traffic and a lot of kids would come to my door, when I lived in my old house, I'd dress up for the kids, but I haven't done that in freaking eons. Hey, Eric, you know what? Look, uh, you know, between my family and the beard community, I'm with you. That's my circle, and even my circle in the beard community is shrinking daily. Yes, this is the pinhead cap, Delmer. Absolutely beautiful cap. The Grim Reaper. Uh, Thank you to Marcus Maury and Pinheads for helping me secure one. Absolute fire cap, and I believe there's still some left. If you're inclined and you have the cash, go grab one because I believe there were only 28 made. I could be wrong on that. Marcus would know better than me. Uh, but the beauty of this cap is the colors in it. Uh, Although they are fall colors, they will go with just about anything, and you can wear this easily throughout the winter. There you go, brother. Thank you, Josh. I love it. I think it's absolutely killer. Hey, brother Eric, thank you for popping in, man. Always a pleasure to see you. You are a true brother. You're one of the small circle, and uh, I hope you have a fantastic night, my man. Appreciate you. Uh, Now, the other thing that that I honestly love about the fall is the fact that people become just a little bit nicer. It seems like people become a little bit more pleasant to be around. I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know if it's the spooky season, whatever, but I have found that people become a little more pleasant to be around. And that to me is a bonus. Um, let's see. Anybody got any questions for me before we wrap this up? And just so you know, I will answer anything. The heat makes them cranky. Yeah. The heat makes people cranky. That's for sure. And when the cool weather hits, I can see their moods going up a little bit. Andy Barrett, what's next on the Demented Show? On the next Demented Show, we have Renee from Black Manor Grooming coming on. Renee is absolutely crushing it. Matter of fact, all the ladies are crushing it, and they're crushing a lot of the guys in the beard game. And I'm here for it. Renee from Black Manor will be on Wednesday at 8:30. Demented Show. All right, now's your chance. Ask me any questions you want. You ain't gonna get another one. Yeah, Andy, she does. She does really cool art. Her art is. I love the whole kind of tattoo flash aspect of it. Marcus says he's asked all his questions. Cool. I mean, if nobody's got any questions, uh, that's cool too. This show's not just about me. But if nobody's got any questions, we're going to wrap this up. We've been going for 55 minutes now, and I think it's been pretty interesting. I've enjoyed having y'all pop in here and give your feedback and your comments. Next week, we're going to be a little more structured. It will be a live, but I do have some couple of topics. I'm batting back and forth which one I want to do next week. So you'll find that out probably Monday, which one I'm going to be doing. And Randy R., dude, thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. And if anybody's so inclined, Debbie, if you're still in here, tomorrow morning, as always, 9:30 on the Scallywag Network, right here, Beards and Brews. That's our little morning gig that we do. And that's just everybody getting together and shooting the shit and having fun. So if you are so inclined, come on in. The more the merrier. We love having all y'all in there. And Delmer, I know you'll be there, man. You never disappoint. And I know Josh will be there. And I'm sure Marcus will at some point in the morning. But let me just say this before we go. You guys are the reason that I do this. You're the reason that Sean and Debbie does this. We couldn't do it without you, and we wouldn't want to. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for all of the support. And if you get a chance, if you got a little bit of extra scratch, go to beardedscallywags.com and grab you some merch. He's got some killer fall merch in the on the site now. He's got some really cool stuff. Consider going and supporting that, because that's how we are able to bring you this type of content, and that's how we are able to support the Bearded Scallywags group. So go support, and thank you, Josh. We appreciate you too, brother. And just remember this: keep an open mind, keep your eyes open. What you see isn't always reality. All right? But I do know one reality, is that every single one of you matter. And never forget it. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow morning.